What is going on, everybody? Thammagotcha here, and in this video we're going to be testing out to see if Dragonite is good for the Catch Cup. So let's hop into these battles here and do a nice little test run. Played 3 sets, and first matchup against Oranguru here. I'm going to shield out the foul play, and then I'm going to hop into Lickitung. A little more bulk here, definitely can take the hits a lot better. This is probably going to be the Psychic. We're going to let that one go through. I'm going to build up to the back-to-back body slams here. The licks are still resisted because of that normal sub-typing. They let that go. Left, right, good night, Oranguru. In comes... Was that a Toxicroak? Yeah, in comes the Toxicroak. They actually let it go through. So I'm going to come in with the Dragonite. Unfortunately for these battles, I did not have the superpower on. So I'm going to throw the Dragon Claw, and then we're going to swap into our Toxapex. Toxapex is absolute bulk train. So I ran Dragonite with these two bulky mons here because Dragonite is a bit glassy, but it kind of hits hard, so very, very bulky. And the weird thing, the first couple battles, like the first 2 sets I was playing with this team, I was allowed to use my Lickitung, but I didn't catch that in September, so hey, this is what it is. Last set, you're going to see me switch it up to Greedent. So, yeah. So I'm going to bring back in the Dragonite, and we're going to be able to get to the Dragon Claw, and this is going to be taking care of that Toxicroak. One more Dragon Claw for the road for that good night Noctowl, and that's going to be a good game. Well played to my opponent. So we're going to be hopping into the next match. Beedrill, pretty neutral matchup, other than the fact that we are going to be able to hit neutral damage with the Dragon Claws, and they only have the Drill Run or the X-Scissor, which is going to be resisted. They actually hop in with the Obstagoon here, so I'm going to swap into the Toxapex to catch the Night Slash. I do this because Drill Run is going to be super effective on the Toxapex, and we can take Night Slashes and counters pretty well all day, so I'm just going to farm this thing all the way down here. See what my opponent wants to do. Another Night Slash, we take that no problem. Now we have pretty well 100 energy. That Beedrill does decide to come back, and I'm going to throw the Brine here. That gets the shield. I actually do end up shielding this because I want to get my second Brine off, but it's just the X-Scissor bait. Good bait by my opponent there. Throw the second Brine off, and we actually come back in with the Dragonite, and we have two Dragon Claws locked and loaded, and here we go. First one gets a shield. Second one is going to be doing some nice damage, and even though they have a counter user and we have Lickitung in the back, we still have that Toxapex to come in and do some damage. If they want to throw power up punches, we can take that no problem. Look at how tanky Toxapex. Like, my goodness, Toxapex is an absolute bulk monster. They actually catch the move on Beedrill, which is completely fine. We should just be... Now we're just going to be able to lick down with Lickitung. Shield up. We just really outbulked this team. So GG's. Well played to my opponent there. Another Dragonite lead. So this one is running Dragon Tail, so I decide to hop into my Lickitung here. This is probably going to be the superpower if I'm correct. Yes, that is a superpower, so I decide to shield that up. And in this matchup here, you definitely want to be going for body slams because they're both neutral damage. So yeah, unfortunately, I ended up going for the Power Whip. They go straight for the Scald here, and I'm almost up to 2 body slams here. Gonna throw the first one, and if I would have went for the Power Whip there, oh my gosh, we would have been in business. They go for the Acid Spray, and we actually get the Lake Down, which is quite nice. Back in comes the Dragonite, and I die with the Body Slam. Oh, I'm a numbskull. And that would have made this matchup so much better, because then they would have had to expend a shield. And in comes a Lantern. Oh, we decide to throw... They catch the Scald on the Lantern, which is so unfortunate. Oh my gosh, that is so unfortunate. And from here, we're just gonna get surfed all the way down. They have 2 shields, so that's gonna be a good game. Well played to my opponent there. The surf is definitely gonna knock us out here. Yeah, so we decided to quit that match. So we're gonna be hopping into the next matchup here. Obscurely, this is a good matchup. I mean, honestly, with superpower, it's even better. But Dragon Claw does the trick. You just have to shield up the Night Slash, because Night Slash actually does some. As you'll see here, I do decide to shield that up, and they decide to catch the next one on the Weezing, which is honestly perfect. So now we're gonna come in with the Toxapex, and I'm not gonna throw a single move. We are just gonna farm this thing all the way down, because Overheat is resisted, Play Rough is gonna be resisted, and even if they were running Sludge, that would have been resisted. So there's really no point in throwing it all here. So just gonna load up on energy, and they actually decide to come in with Obscune, and we can take a Night Slash. Look at, you can take a Night Slash just fine. We have the back-to-back, throw once, and then we just farm down here and have loaded energy for whatever wants to come in. What does want to come in right now? Oh my gosh, it's that Weezing. We farmed down the Weezing, and the opponent top lefts. GG's. On to the next game. And this is where superpower would have really came in handy. This game. Oh, that would have been so nice to have superpower this game, because we probably could have won this game. I was just being very, what do you call it? I didn't want to spend my dust. 75 dust. 75,000 dust to put another move on Dragonite. I was being stingy about it. But I did. I ended up doing it because of this matchup right here. I ended up bringing in the Lickitung here just to absorb some damage. And just go for a nice lick down. Do what my opponent wants to do. They bring in the Toxapex, and they have a bulky team themselves. I'm going to go for the power up. Again, be going for the body slam. You get stabbed and it's neutral damage. And then from here, we're going to bait like we have the superpower. A shield. And then we would have gotten to a superpower. I don't know if it would have KO'd, but it definitely would have helped us a whole lot. So GG's, well played to my opponent there. Going for a 3-2 set. Next matchup here. Next set, sorry. Dragonite into Zweilious. Gonna go for the Dragon Claw here. See what my opponent wants to do. They shield that up, and it was a CMP tie. I did try to catch, which would have been nice. So I'm gonna shield this one up myself. And in comes a Tentacruel. I'm really hoping I can get to a Dragon Claw, and yes, we can. Oh my gosh, Dragonite just living. And that Dragon Claw absolutely chunks him. And I'm assuming this is probably gonna be the Acid Spray. No, they go for the Scald. It's okay. Lickitung is quite tanky. Gonna be going for a body slam here. It does KO, and I'm gonna hop right away into my Toxapex here just to take some damage. I think I do shield this one up because I'm not sure how much a Dark Pulse would have done. So I do end up shielding that up, and it is a Toxapex of their own. We do have the Lickitung, so the Lickitung is quite healthy, and you gotta think that Zweilious just threw all their energy. So we might be in a good spot here. I'm going to farm up a lot of energy. I'm going to throw the Sludge Wave off. And the opponent is just saving their shield here. If this is just a Brine, we definitely live. And I should just be swapping in right now. But I'm going to go for another Sludge Wave. And unfortunately, I stay in a little bit too long, and my opponent is going to be able to get to the Sludge Wave. And can we lick this thing all the way down? Yes, we can. I stayed in too long. That was the issue. So hopping into the next match, Dragonite into Lickitung. I do have the superpower here in this matchup. I am gonna shield up the body slam because that would put us a little bit below 50% health. Gonna farm up to the almost back to back. Gonna throw the superpower right away. See what my opponent wants to do. They do end up shielding it, and I go into my own Lickitung here. They could throw a body slam, we could take that, no problem. But they are not swapping out, so kind of a good weird sign. Maybe they have a double ghost in the back. We'll see. Body slam coming out. There's the ghost type. Gonna be going for the power whip. My game crashes. Oh. And I had a shield left, and now my shield just disappears. Don't even have another shield. like that power whip damage would have went off. It would have, he probably shielded it, but still, now I have no idea. Like, what is this game? Either way, it's going to be a loss. So let's just fast forward this matchup here. Ended up being quite close. Actually, maybe. Yeah, not really. Coming with the Dragonite, we almost have the 2 Dragon Claws. And unfortunately, we just don't have enough. Maybe if we would have caught there, but Shadow Ball is going to almost. So that's going to be a good game. Unfortunate. We probably would have won that. Alright, Pelipper lead. I haven't seen a Pelipper in so long. So they're going to swap out into the Dunsparce. Honestly, I should just be baiting here with the Dragon Claw. And I didn't want to come in with Toxapex because of the drill run. And then the Lickitung obviously is double resistant to Lick. So the only real thing I can do here is get damage off with the body slams. So I'm going to end up no shielding everything here. Maybe I do shield once. We're going to get off the second body slam. And Dunsparce has a little bit of bulk to it. So unfortunately, this matchup takes a little bit. Can we make it to one more body slam? Yes, we do. That is absolute clutch. They let it go through, which is nice. And I'm just going to align my my Toxapex. Just because we resist the Weather Ball, I'm going to shield this up. It was a Hurricane. That is a beautiful shield. Absolutely beautiful shield. I'm going to let this one go through. There's no way this is a Hurricane. Just a Weather Ball. And I should have committed to the farm down, but that was a CMP tie actually. In comes a Swampert, and now we have Dragonite. Even a Hydro Cannon would do a lot of damage, but they decide to go for the Sludge Wave, the Mad Lad. Oh my gosh. Sorry about the notifications up there. And they let us get to another Dragon Claw. They definitely were at the Hydro Cannon. That's right, good night Swampert, and we farmed down the Pelipper. Good game. They probably could have won that one. They do have Thunder Shock here, or not Thunder, Spark here, so we are taking neutral damage. And they charge up energy a lot faster, so you have to really be careful about the Thunderbolt, because that will pretty well one-shot you. And I'm going to shield it up. It was a Thunderbolt. That is quite nice. Going to get to another Dragon Claw here, and then I'm going to try and catch a move on my Lickitung. That is super nice. Catching the Thunderbolt on the Lickitung. In comes a Medicham. And this isn't bad either, because, oh, they are running Power Up Punch, so they're probably running Psychic, and I should just be going the Power Up here. Only going to get one move. Power Up does more damage, but they do end up shielding it anyways. Okay, so now I'm going to come with Dragonite. I think I do end up shielding this move. Beat me with the Power Up Punch. That is so not good. So I really hope this Dragon Claw KOs. Does it? Oh, it almost does, but the Dragon Breath knock it out. In comes a Lantern. Oh, not quite able to farm down. I should have just tried to catch here. The Surf takes us out. Left, right, good night. But in comes a Vigoroth and Toxapex. Watch how bulky Toxapex is. We're going to be able to take this super effective Bulldoze and still have enough health to almost live another Bulldoze. Sludge Wave comes in, and we're just going to be able to farm down before they get to another Bulldoze. So they tried to do something there, but GG's. My opponent there. Another Lickitung lead. So I'm going to do, I think I do it different this time. I'm going to shield up the Body Slam. I've seen a lot of Lickitung. I'm going to farm up, go straight for the Dragon Claw. And I don't know if they no shield. Oh, they do shield that, which is nice. Going to go for the superpower here. Hoping to get the second shield. We do. Trying to catch. Not quite able to. So now I'm forced to shield here. I'm going to farm up a bit of energy and try to catch a Body Slam. There it is. Let's go. Catching a Body Slam on the Lickitung, which is quite nice. In comes a Marowak. So I'm going to go for the Power Whips. Definitely want to go for the Power Whips. Because the Body Slams are double resisted, you want to go for the Power Whips, which is single resisted. And over time they actually let us farm all the way down, which is quite nice. And in comes a Medicham, and we come straight back in with the Dragonite, going for the Dragon Claw. This is gonna do some damage. A nice little combo play here, and they honestly just let us farm them all the way down too, and they just quit the match. So I don't know what happened there, but GG's. It's gonna be another 3-2 sweat. Last set. This one is with Greedent instead of Lickitung, because I was not allowed to use my Lickitung anymore. So maybe I can change this real fast. Yeah, we'll do that. There, that is with Greedent. The moveset on Greedent is going to be Body Slam Crunch. So we will hide that. Okay. So coming back in with the Dragonite, we almost have 2 Dragon Claws locked and loaded. Opponent is using a Buzzwole. I didn't know. I thought Buzzwole, maybe they caught it later on. They come back in with the Dunsparce. We are going to shield this up and then farm it all the way down. And my opponent comes in with the Toxapex, and we are going to be able to reach back-to-back Dragon Claws here. First one gets the shield. Second one kind of needs some damage off, but it really doesn't matter because we have a Toxapex of our own and this Dragon Breath damage. Look at the Dragon Breath damage. It is so oppressive. Brian comes in. I'm going to come in with the Greedent here, get a Body Slam off, and I don't think my opponent shields this either. And I'm just going to let them throw their energy, and then from here, we come in with our own Toxapex, and we're going to be able to actually just take them all the way out. They quit the match, actually. GG's. I think this is a bad matchup here off for Grigus, but I'm gonna throw the Dragon Claw right away. I'm gonna swap into my Greedent here, and I tried to catch a Shadow Ball. I guess I miscounted, but in comes Eradicate, and we get off 2 Body Slams before they get off any move. Dude, no, you're probably charging up a lot of energy, and I'm thinking here, what are they gonna throw? It's gonna be a Hyper Beam. So I shield the Hyper Beam up. Yes, thank you. I shielded that Hyper Beam so correctly. And now we're just gonna be able to Bullet Seed all the way down. This is just probably gonna be a crunch, but I decided to double shield anyways. I want to keep a lot of health because of that Configurigus in the front. So now I'm just gonna swap right away into my Dragonite here. In comes a Configurigus. I'm actually gonna let my Dragonite go down. Well, I can't shield anyways. But now I'm going to go one more Bullet Seed. I'm going to throw the Crunch here, and we should just be able to Bullet Seed all the way down before they get to another move. And we have a Crunch locked and loaded. I'm really hoping for the Defense Fall. The Toxapex Skarmory matchup is not the best, and there's a Defense Fall. Going to be going for a second Crunch. Hopefully this gets the shield. I really need the shield here. That is so nice. And we almost bank a Crunch for later. Gonna let this one go through. Obviously, we have to. Gonna be going for the Brine now. If this isn't a Brave Bird, then we're in business. Just a Sky Attack. We are so in business. This Brine isn't gonna quite KO, but it's gonna get them quite low. And this Sky Attack is definitely not gonna KO. Look at how much damage it does. We've taken 3 Sky Attacks. I think my opponent just top lefts here. Yeah, they just quit the match up here because they know we're just gonna be able to win the game. So GG's to my opponent there. Gonna be hopping into the next match. Alright, Stunfisk lead. A lot of you probably wondering, oh, how do you beat the Stunfisk? Well, let me show you how. It's a team effort. Gonna be shielding up the Rock Slide, and my opponent makes a great catch on the Quagsire. Which honestly, I'm fine with this because now I get to build up a little bit more energy. I'm going to swap into my Greedent here. We're going to be able to live an Earthquake, and these Bullet Seeds are doing super effective damage. So we take the Earthquake. I'm going to throw 3 more Bullet Seeds, and then I'm going to throw the Body Slam here to take this thing out. So left, right, good night, Quagsire, and back in comes the Stunfisk. We're going to be able to get off a couple of crunches before this thing takes us out if it doesn't throw energy. So I think I let this one. Oh, I actually end up shielding this, which is quite nice, and in comes a Umbreon. So I'm gonna build up one more. I bring in the Toxapex now, The Umbreon's running Psychic. What Umbreon runs Psychic? I don't even build up to the Sludge Wave. I just go straight for the Brine. Mistake on my part. Build up to the Sludge Wave. Get that shield. And we get the defense fall, which is so unfortunate. Like, come on. We're going to get the Brine off. That gets the shield, which is so nice. So what do I do here? I come in with the Dragonite. I'm going to throw the superpower right away. Stunfisk is Energy Drive. That gets the last shield. I come in with the Greedent. We get the crunch off because we had so much energy banked, and I'm trying to farm this thing down. Nope. Get to the body slam, and Greedent takes out the Stunfisk, and Greedent is now going to take out this Umbreon. I lied to you because they lived. It doesn't matter. Dark Pulse is not going to KO us, and we're just going to be able to Dragon Breath this thing all the way down. And if you're wondering, this is a rank 1 Greedent. Got it. Super happy about that. I do believe this is the final matchup of the battles here, if I'm correct. So I do end up catching the second move here on my Greedent again. It's just a Surf, which is quite nice. In comes a Skarmory, and this is not the worst matchup, not the best matchup, because those Bullet Seeds are resisted. But if you get a couple of defense falls from the crunches, you're in business. So next one, look at that. Getting this thing quite low. I think I let this thing go through now. Yeah, which doesn't even KO, and I should have just went for the body slam. Oh, that would have been nice, because now we would have went for the complete farm down here if we would have got the body slam off and not have to invest a shield. So, misplay on my part. Back in comes the Lantern. I'm going to throw this Dragon Claw off. That gets the shield, which is quite nice. I am going to shield this thing up. It was the Surf, and from here, Cantonian Ninetales, they swap it in, and we swap in a Toxapex. Does it have Psyshock? No, it doesn't. And this game is over. Brian's going to be coming in, and from here, I'm just going to farm all the way down. I lied to you again. This is the last game. So, Toxapex lead. What I like to do here is just stay in with the Dragonite. Get as much damage off as I can. I'm going to go for the Dragon Claw. Doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but Toxapex is an absolute bulk master. Think of it as like a bulkier Lickitung. It's ridiculous. So, tried to catch the move, but my opponent was really good there. In comes a Galarian Stunfisk, and unfortunately, I don't think I can do that game. I have to shield this. It is the Earthquake, so good shield on my part, but the downfall is that they're just gonna be able to go for double Earthquakes. We do get the double defense drop. I make it to one more crunch here. This is probably gonna be grabbing that shield, and maybe I could have caught it. It would have been nice to catch the Earthquake, but I'm gonna go for the body slam here. This is gonna be taking out that Galarian Stunfisk. Look at that resisted damage, triple debuff though. And oh my gosh, okay. My mistake was I didn't come in with the Dragonite to take this hit. If I would have came with the Dragonite, forced him to throw energy, then come in with my Toxapex, I could have grabbed the shield there, thrown the crunch off it. But look at this. My opponent is just outplaying me here because they build up to the Shadow Ball and the Seed Bomb. They still have the first Pokemon alive. So even if I didn't, the Toxapex was still alive. So if I would have came in with my Dragonite, taken a move from Greedent, that would have been better. But unfortunately, it is what it is. So if you are asking me if Dragonite is good in the Catch Cup, I think it is very good. It is very good for grabbing shields, using your shields, or doing a lot of just solid damage, allowing for Toxapex and Greedent to really shine in the back. So it is a great addition to this team. Glassy front with a double bulky Mons in the back. So if you are liking the comment, or if you're liking the channel, the content, please hit the like button. Comment if you guys want to see anything in the future. And like always, went from 26 to 28, over 2,800 ELO team. and what is it, 5 sets, so around 200 points. Really good climb. So thank you all for watching. I really appreciate you all. I will see everybody in the next video.